Well, I'm glad you asked that question. Thank you so much for asking because, I do make videos for actors, and there are times where they may be moving along and getting smaller things and getting some things that come their way. And sometimes they just don't know how to go out and look for work as an actor. So one way is to start out as an extra. Of course, you can cut your teeth as an extra, you can gain experience, you can meet people on set, you can kind of network that way. But when you're on a set as an extra, you want to listen and learn. Not talk so much, but you want to learn, gain the experience, learn the set lingo, learn what, set, reset, all these things. You want to learn things about what's going on. It helps you tremendously. But it's long hours and a lot of waiting. So if you want to gain more experience and you're like, I want to get a speaking role, I want to move up some, what do I do next? Well, you need to have a plan, okay? And the first thing is you need to get a great acting coach. You need to get somebody that you can coach and train with who can teach you about cold reads and characters and auditioning process, um, scene study. It will help you gain confidence in being in front of people and having another actor in front of you and the chemistry between you and the other actor. And so your coach can watch you and give you ideas and thoughts about where this character can go and what you can do. And of course, you make it your own, but it does help when somebody can spot you. That's what I call it. I call it spot. It's like any other trainer. If you're training in bodybuilding or, weight training or whatever the case may be, you have a spotter. You have somebody that coaches you and trains you and mentors you. It's the same thing with acting. You have to train and teach people. And so that prepares you, that helps you. And not only that, your coach can actually refer you to an agent after a time of being with them. It could be 6 months to a year. They'll go to an agent and say, hey, I think this actor's ready. We have their headshots. They have a website. They have coached and trained with me for the last 6 months. So they've moved up. And so a lot of times that can help you sign on with an agent. Once you sign on with an agent, they will take over from there. They'll start booking you in small things. It may be commercial, television, film, might be small roles, but those roles you can add to your credits on your resume. Your resume, when you first start out, if you don't have much, you can always list your skills and highlight what you have done in your life. I mean, there's things that really are okay for you to add. You may be a baker. There may be a scene for a chef or, a baker or an accountant, or you've been a doctor or a nurse. These skills actually help you when scenes may come up with that type of character. So those things are good to add to your resume. It's okay. If you've had any theater, you can add that. Now, this is when you're starting out. Now, after you move up a level and you start getting some small roles and start booking some jobs, you want your resume to grow so you can start removing the extra work and the little sidelines down, or take them off altogether and start adding your speaking roles that you have. Okay. So you constantly are adding to your resume or taking away. These are just little things you should know. You should know about using Dropbox for transferring large files. WeTransfer is the same thing. It's free to transfer files for auditions, demos, when you're sending out to casting or agents. Google Docs is great. Google Docs, I try to tell people, it's difficult at first, but once you learn Google Docs, it's great for creating PDF files. It's great for spreadsheets. You can do so many things with Google Docs. So you should sit down really one day and just work on all these and learn these apps, okay? There's just so much that you can be doing in between your not busy times when you're not doing anything, or it's a slow period. during December, the month of December, productions slow down somewhat and there's not a lot going on. This is the best time to really look into coaching and training. Look at your resume, update your resume, reformat your resume, think about getting new headshots, take workshops. There's so many things you could be doing. If there's a hobby you've always wanted to do, go do it. Go learn it. Hobbies are great to put on your resume. Skills and talents that you may have, like crossbow or shooting or riding horses or wrangling cows. I don't know. Just so many things. But you can always put that on your resume. It's great to have. So these are just little things you should be doing. And I wanted to share that with you, and I appreciate you asking. But we'll talk some more, and the new year is approaching, so be prepared. Be prepared. Coach, train, headshots, resume. If you have an IMDb, check it out. Make sure it's all good. Anything that you can do. Start your little board, your planning board. Plan for 3 months, 6 months, a year from now. What do you want to do? Where do you want to be? Start making decisions and choices based on how I'm going to move up this level. What am I going to do to get up here? What do I have to do? So think about that. And you got to work that muscle, that acting muscle, just like you have to work your muscles in your body when you coach and train. You got to work the muscle in your acting. You got to be confident and know that you can get up and do anything that the director asks you to do. And be confident with that character. You can bring it to life and make an awesome product. Okay? So be prepared for this new year. Thanks for asking. I appreciate you hanging with me.